Britney Spears is a cultural event. She is the reason pop music stopped being music and started being spectacle. Every pop girl you've argued about since 1999, Beyonce, Rihanna, Christina, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Ariana, Taylor, Dua Lipa, Olivia, all of them are building off Britney's blueprint or pretending she didn't write it. And the gag is most people don't even know what Britney's signature song is. Because y'all keep confusing biggest hit with signature. Oops, I Did It Again is iconic. Toxic is legendary. Baby, One More Time is historic. But Britney's signature song, it's none of those. And if that made you mad, good. Because this series isn't here to comfort you, it's here to correct you. Welcome to Cash the Record.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm over here thinking now. I'm like, hey, damn, you named the 3 Britney songs I was going to name, just like them with the Michael episode. I'm like, all right, well, you threw me for a loop. I can't for the life of me think of anything else.
I got you. That's why I got you. All right, welcome back to Cash the Record. This is episode 2. And if you missed episode 1, I'm not repeating myself. Go watch it. Because this is not a series for casual listeners. This is a series for people who can handle the truth. Once a month, we pick one artist and we ask one question. What is the one song that defines them? Not your favorite song, not the one you sing drunk, not the one you associate with your childhood trauma and your first heartbreak. Not the one you saw on TikTok and suddenly decided you were a fan. No, a signature song is different. A signature song is the one record where the world hears it and the artist becomes permanent. This is what we call the Cash the Record test. 5 rules. Rule number 1. Cultural shift. Did the world change after the song dropped? Rule number 2. Instant DNA. You hear one note and you know exactly who it is. Rule number 3. Career pivot. The artist's life before versus after that record. Rule number 4. Longevity. Kids, parents, grandparents. It survives the test of time. And rule number 5. Public identity. The song becomes the artist. Hits fade. Events age. But identity compounds. So now, with that being said, let's cash the record. Now, I picked Britney because Britney is a harder case. Britney Spears is tricky because Britney doesn't just have hits. Britney has eras that has become cultural landmarks. Britney's career is split into 3 Britneys: Teen Britney, Adult Britney, and Surveillance Britney.
Very upsetting.
Teen Britney was the manufactured innocence. Adult Britney was sexual liberation and control. And Surveillance Britney was tabloids. You know, the breakdown, paparazzi, conservatorship. I know I was eventually going to get it. Comeback, and the whole world acting like they suddenly cared. After they spent 15 years laughing. So when we ask, what is Britney Spears' signature song? We're not asking what song was the biggest. We're asking what song defines the entire myth. Because Britney Spears is not just an artist. Britney Spears is a case study. Britney Spears is a cautionary tale. Britney Spears is a blueprint. Say that 5 times fast. And now, we're about to start a war. All right. We're going to hit up the court docket, the contenders. Let's pull the case files. Let's open the docket. because Britney has multiple songs that feel like they could be the signature, but only one of them can wear the crown.
Mm-hmm.
What say you, Justin?
Am I allowed to cheat and look at my phone?
No.
No? Okay. Off top of my head.
Put the damn phone away.
Off top of my head, I was gonna say "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," but that's just because it came to mind first.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm trying to think what would be her most impactful song,
Well,
and I can't. Man, bro, my Britney Spears knowledge, I can't think of the titles of the songs. I can only think of the But you know what? I'm gonna stick with "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
First nominee, "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, this is the obvious answer. That piano intro, that "Oh Baby, Baby,"
Iconic.
that schoolgirl outfit, that was a cultural nuclear bomb. "Baby, One More Time" sold over 10 million copies worldwide. That song didn't just create Britney. That song created the teen pop economy. Labels heard that record and immediately started building factories. Britney, Christina, Jessica Simpson, Mandy Moore, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. Whew.
Yeah.
That whole era is a child of "Baby One More Time." So yes, "Baby One More Time" has cultural impact, instant recognition, longevity, everything. But here's why it's not the signature. "Baby One More Time" is the moment Britney was introduced, but it's not the moment Britney became untouchable. It's the birth.
Okay.
But a signature song is not the birth certificate. It's the coronation.
We're a little too early in the timeline. There you go. A little drop in the bucket. A little drop of knowledge for you. A little drop a gem on him.
Yes. Case number 2. "Oops, I Did It Again." Second nominee. "Oops, I Did It Again." Now, "Oops" is pure pop perfection. That red latex suit, immortal. That Titanic line, legendary. The production, surgical. That record is Britney in full cartoon mode. Britney as a pop character, Britney as a brand. But here's why "Oops" is not the signature.
Lay it on me.
"Oops" is the sequel. "Oops" is the confirmation. "Oops" is Britney doing Britney. But a signature song is not a sequel. It's the stamp. It's the moment the world says, "Oh, this isn't a phase. This is a phenomenon."
Mm-hmm.
"Oops" is iconic, but it's not defining.
We getting there, but we're like half baked right now. She's not fully cooked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Case number 3. Toxic, our third nominee.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say this up front. Toxic might be Britney's best song.
It might be. I don't think any of her songs have as much of like an iconic like hook like.
I'm talking pure craftsmanship, production, hooks, tempo, replay value.
Mhm.
That song is pop music with a PhD.
Sir.
That song is the reason Britney fans walk around acting like she's underrated, because Toxic proves she wasn't just a pretty face. Toxic proves she could do art. Toxic proves she could do taste. Toxic is her most streamed song, with 1.8 billion streams on Spotify as of early 2026.
1.8 billion. That's go Brit.
But here's the problem. A signature song is not your best song. It's your identity. Toxic is Britney proving she's elite. The signature song is the blueprint. Toxic is the flex, but it's not the foundation. Case number 4. Give me more.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth nominee. Give me more. Now, I already know what y'all are going to say. It's Britney, bitch. That alone could win a Grammy.
It could.
That intro is one of the most iconic moments in pop history. Gimme More is a club classic. It's dark. It's seductive. It's post-chaos Britney. It's Britney turning her breakdown into aura. But here's why it's not the signature. Gimme More is rebellion. Gimme More is aftermath. Gimme More is Britney fighting back. But the signature song is not the aftermath. The signature song is the transformation.
Okay.
Gimme More is the revenge. But it's not the moment Britney became Britney.
I think I might take back what I said about how the Toxic had the most iconic like sting, the music sting. I think it might be. I think the intro for the hook for what was it? The It's Britney bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That hook is too iconic. I don't know. That one might be the best one.
Wait, there's more.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me keep listening.
Fifth nominee, Piece of Me. Now, this is the real fans' answer because Piece of Me is Britney narrating the insanity, narrating the paparazzi, tabloids, mockery, exploitation. That song is literally Britney telling the world, y'all want a piece of me? Here. And culturally, Piece of Me is huge. But here's why it's not the signature. I know people like, God damn, what's the signature?
Yeah, you throwing us all for a loop. You hitting all the stops.
Piece of Me defines Britney's trauma, but Britney's signature song cannot just be her trauma. Britney is not defined by what they did to her. She's defined by what she built. Piece of Me is a chapter, not the crown. Now let's jump to the final two.
Okay.
So at this point, we've eliminated the emotional picks. We've eliminated the nostalgia picks. We've eliminated the best song picks. And now we're down to the final two because only two songs truly changed Britney's entire existence. Finalist number 1, Baby One More Time. The Birth. Finalist number 2, I'm a Slave for You. The Evolution.
Oh man, I forgot about that song. That's a great song.
And this is where people get uncomfortable because the signature song isn't always the one you grew up with. It's the one that made the artist permanent. It's the one that turned them into a blueprint. So now let's talk about the record that people don't want to admit is the answer. This is why Slave for You wins. I'm a Slave for You is Britney Spears' signature song. And if you disagree, you're probably emotionally attached to your childhood. Because here's what Slave for You did. This wasn't just a single. This was Britney Spears breaking out of her cage in real time. This was Britney saying, I'm not your daughter. I'm not your innocent fantasy. I'm not your teen pop puppet. I'm grown, and you're going to deal with it.
I see what you're saying.
I go there. Slave for You is the moment Britney stopped being a product and became a symbol. Because before Slave for You, Britney was an industry creation. And after Slave for You, Britney became a cultural archetype. This is the record where she turned her sexuality into power. And not just sexy, not just provocative, but strategic, calculated control. The Neptunes production, instant DNA. The whispery delivery, instant Britney. The rhythm, timeless. That song sounds like sweat. That song sounds like heat. That song sounds like transformation. And culturally, Slave for You changed the rules. Although Slave for You peaked at 27 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, it culturally outlived it as Billboard listed Slave for You as one of the defining songs of 2001.
Damn, it only reached 27?
Every pop girl after Britney had to do some version of Slave for You. Christina did Dirty. Beyonce did Crazy in Love. Rihanna did Good Girl Gone Bad. Miley did Bangers. Ariana did Dangerous Woman. Even Taylor Swift had to do Reputation.
I wonder if Katy Perry's extraterrestrial counts. I don't know. Take me.
But she
Take
kissed the
me.
girl and she liked it.
Oh yeah, that could have been that one. Yeah, there you go. That's true.
Now, this is because every pop girl eventually has to go through the ritual, the I'm not a little girl anymore ritual. Britney didn't just do it, Britney perfected it. Britney made it the blueprint. Baby One More Time made her famous. Slave for You made her legendary. Baby One More Time introduced Britney Spears. Slave for You defined Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm. Definitely showed that she could do more than just the traditional clean pop girl icon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go through the argument for Baby One More Time because, I want to be fair here. Now, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to act like Baby One More Time doesn't have the strongest case. So let me argue against myself, which I like to do. Let me steel man the argument. Baby One More Time is her most recognizable song. That intro is immortal. That record created a global pop superstar overnight. It is literally one of the most important pop songs ever made. So if you pick Baby One More Time, you're not stupid, you're not crazy, you're not even wrong emotionally, but you are wrong structurally. Because you're confusing the moment Britney arrived with the moment Britney became inevitable. And that is not the same thing. Now, here's the real test. If Baby One More Time never existed, Britney Spears still becomes a pop star because the industry was already building the teen pop machine. Somebody was going to be Britney. They were already shopping for her. But if Slave for You never existed, Britney never becomes Britney. She becomes another nostalgic teen icon with a cute documentary and a sad Where Are They Now article on BuzzFeed.
A very upsetting one.
Because Slave for You is the moment she stopped being a teen pop doll and became the prototype for modern pop stardom. Baby One More Time is the invitation. Slave for You is the takeover. Baby One More Time is the birth certificate. Slave for You is the transformation once again. And you do not define an artist by the moment they arrive. You define them by the moment they became unavoidable. Now, let's talk about the real Britney fans because I already know the stands are about to be in the comments acting like I'm disrespectful. So let's activate y'all because Britney has songs that real fans swear defined her. Overprotected, Every Time, Me Against the Music, Lucky, Womanizer, Circus, Break the Ice, I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman. And listen, those are great songs. Some of those songs are arguably better than Slave for You. But the reason they're not the signature is because they're personal. They define your relationship with Britney, not Britney's relationship with the world. Personal favorites are for playlists. Signature songs are for the history books. Now let's jump into the comments, and we will call this the people tried to overrule the court.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people always tell on themselves. Notice something. Nobody's using the rules. They're using childhood memories. They're using vibes. They're using nostalgia. Now let's jump to threads where Square Brandon 87 said, Baby One More Time or Toxic? If I had to pick one, Baby, since it was her introduction to the world.
I can see it.
Okay, so by that logic, every artist's signature song is their best song. That's not how history works.
Yeah.
Let's jump to Instagram where Moody Michi said, Hit Me Baby One More Time, followed by Slave for You and Toxic. Okay, so we're just
They was in the right area.
ignoring evolution. Cool.
Oh, that's true.
Let's jump over to Facebook, where Matt Hope Willis said, Baby One More Time, because that's the one that they did the most parodies of.
I think I think everybody's saying "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," and the reason I might have even said it, to be honest, is because of the amount of movies when I was growing up that I seen it in.
Mhm.
Like, it was in kids' movies, it was in TV shows, it was in everything. So you didn't even have to know who Britney Spears was to have heard that song, to be fair. So I can see why a lot of people are saying it.
And that's a great argument for a meme, not for a signature.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
And then you have Tone Taylor said Slave for You. And I said, thank you. Because the signature song is not the one that makes you smile the most. It's the one that changes the artist's entire trajectory. Y'all don't pick signature songs. History does. So, with that being said, in the final verdict, by every meaningful definition of a signature song, cultural impact, right? We established this at the top.
5 rules.
the 5 rules.
Big 5.
So, and I'm saying this, the final verdict, this is the ending, this is a franchise, right?
Going against all these objections. That's what you start calling them, objections. There you go.
So with that being said, by every meaningful definition of a signature song, cultural impact, instant recognition, career pivot, longevity, and public identity, I'm a Slave for You is the song that defines Britney Spears. It's the record where she stopped being a teen idol and became the blueprint for modern pop stardom. Everything after that was built on the world she created in the moment. This is Cash the Record. It drops every third Wednesday of the month, and when it does, somebody's legacy gets corrected. Now, if you disagree with me, good, because the comment section is part of the show. Drop your pick and tell me what rule you think I violated. If you want to support the series, go to www.thejohncashshow.com. Cash App, $ John Cash Show podcast, because accountability isn't free. And I'll see y'all next month when we pick an artist whose signature song people get wrong more than almost anyone else. And I can't wait. And before we leave out, if you still think Toxic is the signature, you're not a Britney fan, you're a radio fan. Good night.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.